also didn't have a good relationship with the media in Washington at the time.
That's true. That wasn't my, I don't think that was my fault. But
why not?
Well, I came to Washington right after Watergate and right after the Vietnam War was lost. And I think when I came here, there was a feeling among a lot of the news reporters that there must be something illicit in my administration, as there had been in Richard Nixon's administration. So there was a very highly focused investigative reportorial attitude among many of the reporters. You were one of them. You might disagree with what I just said. That's one of the things. And we had I had taken an oath that I wouldn't tell a lie or mislead the American people, which I didn't, but that was kind of a gauntlet thrown down to some of the reporters to show that I had misled the American people in some way. And I wasn't a part of the Washington social life. I wasn't a part of the Atlanta social life when I was governor either, but it just wasn't my demeanor or my attitude toward life to go out at night on cocktail parties and that sort of thing. So I think in many ways I could have done a better job of you might say, seducing the press. As a matter of fact, all the way through the book that I wrote, though, I describe how we brought the key leaders of all of the major networks and the 3 major newspapers into the White House to negotiate with me at night and to ask me any question they wanted to. And I tried to heal wounds, but I never was able to do so.
Mr. President, may I just suggest that you've always been something of an independent voice. And even last year ago, January, when all 5 living presidents were standing in the Oval Office just before President Obama was sworn in, you stood off to one side a little bit. We all wondered whether that was some kind of statement.
No, it wasn't. As a matter of fact, the conversation at the time was about the new carpet that President Bush had put in the Oval Office. And I didn't see any reason to snuggle up to the other presidents, you know, and touch them. As a matter of fact, if I was standing here alongside you in a conversation, I wouldn't actually be physically touching you. So I thought I was the one that was acting irresponsibly, but I didn't think about standing apart. I thought all the rest of them had spaces between them too until the picture came out, the photograph, and then people started saying, well, Carter's alienated from them, but that's not true. I have a very warm relationship, I think, with all the previous presidents, and so far as I know with the incumbent.
Well, people will find out a lot more about what you thought about what was going on when you were in the White House if they read this White House diary that you've just written.
Well, I hope so. It's completely unexpurgated, and it also tells exactly what I thought about people and about events, the past, present, and future while I was in office.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
I've enjoyed it, Bill. Thank you for being with me today.